What's up, YouTube? My name is Graylan Stewart. Thanks for joining me. Today is my Work Wednesday vlog day. So just kind of telling you about whatever I'm doing for the day, work-wise, and just kind of going through everything we're doing. So I just got back from Oklahoma City. I was there, I don't even know, 4 or 5 days. And obviously got to visit with my kids, took them to dinner, and got to meet with my dad. We went to the OU, Oklahoma University, football scrimmage. It's the red and white game, which is really cool. It's like the spring game where they just scrimmage each other pretty much. But it was really cool because there was like 80,000 people there, which is obviously the biggest, and that's huge. Most stadiums don't even have that many people for like a big game. This was just scrimmaging each other. Plus Baker Mayfield was there at halftime because they kind of did a ceremony for him since, they put the Heisman statue, I guess, out for him. There's the OU cup. These are the only cups I use, if you ever notice. Anyways, so it was a good day. I got to see my dad, and then I drove to take my mom to dinner after that. So I got to see all of my immediate family, which was really cool. But anyways, yeah, it was a good trip. Got to check on a couple of flips. We've got 3 flips going right now. So got to look at all those. And they're coming along. One of them's basically done, and the other one still has a few weeks. And then there's another one that's like, it's a long ways away still. Probably a couple of months at least, I'm guessing. But nevertheless, it was definitely a good time. Got to meet with some local investors like I typically do when I'm there. So that was good stuff too. And then of course got to meet up with a couple of friends. But yeah, that's really what I do when I go to Oklahoma. I try to go for multiple excuses, right? Obviously I want to see my kids. The main reason I went because my daughter had a track meet. She runs track in college there, but they ended up canceling it, and that was like the main excuse I had to go. Then obviously met my kids for dinner and did everything else. But then it's good to check on business things as well. So, I'm always working even when I'm not necessarily at home, which is, just there's always things I can do or should do or need to do. So that's, I typically try to make that happen. But anyways, exciting because tomorrow I'm actually leaving. Well, yeah, it's tomorrow. I'm actually leaving for the Dominican Republic, like Punta Cana or something. I don't even know. I've never been there. I'm excited, but it's actually an investor lift, cartel boss, just kind of meet up type of deal, just going for fun, for the most part. But we'll definitely talk business, here and there. It's basically, I don't know if you're familiar with cartel bosses in the investor lift community, but the idea behind it from the founder, Robert, was to have all the biggest wholesalers, in the US come together and kind of have this cartel, Instead of working against each other, we all work together. So that's kind of how Investor Lift started with the cartel bosses. And then they started adding these other levels to it, like the pro membership. And I think he has a lieutenant membership or something. Anyways, so it's always good to network with, all those other big players in the industry. So, it's always exciting to go to those meetups, which we had one in, it's not really sanctioned by Investor Lift, but we basically had one in Miami back in October. And then several of us met up in Phoenix, like in July or something last year. And then obviously last April was the main Investor Lift cartel boss thing, and that was in Tulum, Mexico, that was really cool. Anyways, looking forward to that. My wife's going. Several people bring their spouses, but many people don't as well. So that'll be exciting. Can't wait to get through that. But business-wise, man, it's been a pretty good, few weeks. It's been a good month, so far. We've got currently 19 deals in escrow. Couple of them closed this week, so that's cool. We've assigned a couple of new ones as well. So it's going good. The goal in my business is for every acquisition manager to at least get one contract a week. Like that's a bare minimum. The actual goal is to try to get two per week per acquisition manager. Because if you think about it, let's just say, I have 3 acquisitions. So if they get 2 each per week, 2 times 3 is 6. So 6 per week times 4 is 24. Well, as you know, not every deal closes that you get signed. So that's why it's important to have a ton of leads, because not every lead will turn into a deal. Then you need a ton of contracts signed, because not every contract will turn into a payday. So if we have 24 signed, in a month, which we typically don't have that, but if we did, and 70% of them close, then that's like, 18 of those closings a month. So that's kind of the goal, because if we had that, that's in the right steps of doing really big dollars. Because if you figure you have 18 closings in a month and you're averaging 20,000, 15 to 20 minimum, that's a lot, So let me see what that even is. It's got me thinking now. 18 times 16,000 is 288, but 18 times 20,000 is 360,000. So, that's definitely in the right direction where we're trying to go. We're trying to get to $1 million a month, which is a high task, but I like to set my goals high and strive for those. If they're too easy, and you set them, then what was the point? So I set my goals high just so we can try to strive for that. But yeah, if we could have 18, closings a month, that'd be awesome. So yeah, we don't even get close to that typically. 19 deals in escrow doesn't mean you're gonna have 19 closings in a month. Some of those get prolonged for a couple of months or a few months. Some of those are gonna fall off because of title issues or seller backing out, or buyer backing out sometimes, things like that. So I would say out of 19 in escrow, it's a good goal to have at least 50%, but we try to have 70. We're usually around 70% of our deals end up closing typically, because we're super picky on what we write as well. Because we could definitely we could get a contract a day, everybody could probably, but we just want to make sure it's a deal that we know we can move typically, just so it doesn't waste everybody's time, because there is companies out there, they just go get a bunch of contracts, and then sorry, that doesn't really mean a whole lot if you can't do anything with those contracts. So that's kind of my philosophy. We're going to get good deals where they're deep enough to where we make a decent profit. They're in an area where we know we can sell it, that way it's just not a waste of time on a lot of people, because if you just lock deals up, not only did the acquisition manager waste their time, they should have just moved on because we can't do anything with it, but also waste the transaction coordinator's time, sending that to title, getting all that prepared to do that, waste our dispo manager's time because they're trying to sell a deal that probably we'll never be able to sell anyways. And I'm not saying we don't take a chance on some. If we have a shot at it and we think there's a chance we can sell it, then we'll do it. But a lot of times you just know that there's no buyers in the area, because we can search that on Investor Lift, search it on PropStream, whatever, So if there's no buyers in the area, even if we get it 20 cents on the dollar, a lot of times we won't even lock those up, because it ends up being wasting people's time, and also waste the time of the title company. They start doing title work and it costs everybody money. Time is money and work costs. So when everybody's doing these things, it's costing time and money. So that's why we do that. But I'm not saying that's the right way. That's just the way we do it. Because, there are companies out there that just sign up anything. If they have motivation at all, they'll just try to make it work. That works for some people, and a lot of times they end up having to renegotiate, or they just have to cancel the deal or whatever. And that's just different people have different business models. That's just not what we do typically. If we lock up a deal, we try our best and our hardest to at least keep our end of the bargain, meaning we want to close on the deal some form or fashion. Sometimes it's out of our control, typically because of title issues. But what we can control is can we get it sold? Are there buyers there? Or do we want to take it down ourselves to keep it or flip it? So that's kind of what we try to do for the most part, is we want to close on these deals. So not all, it doesn't always happen that way, but that's our goal. So typically if a deal falls through, it's title issues or seller backs out or something like that, which is rare too, seller backing out, but title issues is definitely not rare. That's pretty common. So anyways, nothing really else going on. I'm thinking about becoming a lender, got extra cash, stacked up, and I got private money lined up that I don't always need. So I'm thinking about, maybe lending people money. Obviously it has to be a smoking deal, to get money on it, because it's got to be at a discount and all those kind of things. So I'm thinking about going through that process. I don't know, but I have a lot of private money lined up to where I could at least close on all of my own deals. So I'm thinking about doing that, even because if you can close on every deal, obviously you have more options as opposed to wholesaling. If you don't have any money, then wholesaling is your only option. But if you have money, you can actually close on them. And like I said, you don't have to have your own money, other people's money. Then you can close on every deal and potentially make more. If a deal that you might make $10,000 on for wholesale, but if you could close on it and clean it up and actually hotel it, meaning just list it on the MLS as is, you might be able to make 15 or 20. So that's probably worth it if you could actually do it, So I'm actually contemplating that. It'll still be technically a wholesaling company, but if we could close on every deal, it would really be like hoteling most of the deals, you know what I mean? So just for bigger profit margins, that's the only point of it. Just money gives you more options. If you don't have money, then you have to wholesale, and that's okay. I love wholesaling. So anyways, thinking about that, either closing on all my own deals or maybe start loaning to other people that have good deals potentially, just to make a little extra money on the money, you know what I mean? So who knows? But that's really it, guys. Super excited about going to the Dominican. So I'm sure I'll do a couple of little small short videos or something while I'm there. Definitely let you know, how it went when we come back. But in the meantime, hopefully we'll still be getting deals while I'm gone. That's the beauty of having a team. Everything should be still running smoothly. Because really I just kind of oversee everything at this point and make content and things like that. And of course, I'm the visionary. I'm always looking for ways to grow and to get to that goal of $1 million a month. What can we do different? How can we improve and things like that? So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you very much. Please like, subscribe, share if you don't mind. And I'll see you guys in the next video.